Hey, welcome to another Story video. In today's video, I have something quite different for you. You see, I've recently been intrigued by Structureless Superflat, and the fact that despite the limitations, there's a community out there dedicated to doing storage tech, farms, and pretty much the entirety of TMC with these limitations. It's so cool, man, I love it. It's like reminding me of those olden days, you know, like the old computers and stuff. Honestly, it's so cool. Anyway, I recently realized that between the differences of Bedrock and Java, there's probably going to need to be some development in the Bedrock space, because, well, Structureless is all you can play on Superflat. So if you are one of those people that, you know, likes to have a challenge and play Superflat, and you want a storage system, there's currently no good ones out there that I know of, and I plan to sort of fix that. I have plans for making an MAS encoder, an encoded system entirely, a mid-game to late-game system. Like, oh my word, I have so many plans. Either way, today I have for you the basics. This is just a normal filter, so obviously it's just one item type per slice, but this will get across how different this actually is compared to normal storage tech. With that being said, I do want to just say thank you to these people on screen. They helped me a lot with getting the grasp of all of this and seeing how everything actually worked, because yeah, this is a new experience for me. It's like trying to ride a bike again. It's so different, but I love it. Anyway, let's show you. So, I think it's best to start with the main system. I'll get to what this all is later, but this is our filter. You see, we don't have comparators, repeaters, droppers, pistons, or like most things. So this is our filter. It uses a dueling hopper system, similar to you'd find in like a splitter or something. And this hopper is obviously just always empty, and this one has our filter. Now what happens is when an item gets passed over to here, we actually run this on a 16 game tick clock. So 2 items at any given time can be put into this hopper if it is, well, white concrete in this case. And if one gets put in, it gets sent to here and sent back, because just before the item, just after the item gets sent back, this hopper unlocks briefly. What this does is if a white concrete was to come in through the input, we pick up 2, one of them gets put in here, we send one back, and we take one out. So that's how we figure out if we've actually filtered an item or not. It's literally just timing. With timing being said, yes, this runs on a 16 game tick clock. Here is our clock. It's different, to say the least. The reason it's so big, this could be compacted like a ton. It's literally 4 torches. But the reason it's so big is because it has to use like signal strength. So it's very particular in the way it has to be built. But either way, obviously we just have our output, but we have to slow the hopper line at the top here, and we have to have this extra hopper so that this one doesn't get backed up, and this filter sometimes can miss items. It's a little bit strange, not sure entirely why, but it can. So you need this extra hopper that runs on the same clock, just 2 game ticks apart from this one. I guess I'll talk about what this is for now. So to obviously start and stop this, you need an input to start it and to stop it. Now, okay, you could just have an SR latch and just have 2 buttons, one to start, one to stop. That's boring and lame, and not how an automated system would interact. We don't have anything really to have a continuous on and off signal that can be changed permanently. So we can't have a lever, for example. We can't have dropper latches or anything like that. So this is actually a T flip-flop. Believe it or not, I made this and it's super jank, but I love it so much. So what happens is we currently have a minecart here that is currently wanting to go this way. However, there is a gate under it that's closed, and due to some alignment, it hits this pressure plate here. So, here we can actually see the collision box of this minecart in the purple. Or, well, magenta, I suppose. And you can see it, like, just about... Oh, it went away, hang on. There we go. It just about collides with this pressure plate here. And it's important to note it has to be the collision box. So here I have an example. The collision box doesn't quite hit the pressure plate here, it's a pixel off, whereas here it does. So it cannot be the hitbox, for example. So if I just quickly enable the actual hitbox here, you can see the hitbox hits this pressure plate perfectly fine. It's the collision box it cares about. And again, just so you can see over here, the collision box collides with it, so it turns on. So this is essentially our lever. So obviously with one activation, it gets dropped down and held. And then the output here turns off. And with another activation, it gets brought up, pushed across, and it turns on. Yeah, it uses an entity, right? And there's ways of doing it that it doesn't, but this is so small and I kind of like it. Even though it does use an entity, it's kind of cool. So, let me show you the system actually working. Now, what I'm going to do is put our input here, which is all of these items. It's going to start taking them out because, again, we have this buffer hopper here. And, oh, that is not what I meant to do. Here is our non-sorted output. This can handle all sorts of items, so you don't have to worry about non-stackables or anything. Obviously, it just cannot sort non-stackables in the actual filters. And I suppose let's just start it. I still love this, it's so cool. So here you can see the clock running perfectly fine. So this is what the signal strength is for. It's to actually make this work properly. You can see the signal strength changes here. So yeah. If we look up here, we can see our line gets triggered back to front. That's important. If this hopper line goes the other way, it won't work. And in our filters here, you can see our item getting passed back and forth. So what are we actually sorting currently? Non-sorted. So that's just going straight into our non-sorted here. What's going to be after it, just so I can show the filter working? Okay. So it will be white. So what we'll see is eventually this will have a pretty much continuous 2 coming through it. There we go. It goes up to 3, 4, 5. And it will slowly drain into here. Now, this is actually why this having 2 items doesn't actually work. It needs to be 64 preferably, because just it will continue. It will stack up until it's 64, and it works perfectly fine when it is, just because of the way obviously this system here works. I just put 2 in because if you make this in your world, you don't necessarily need 64 of the item. You can just put 2 in and it will sort itself out. And what's also really good about this is we can pretty much pause it instantly. And there it stopped. It's that quick to stop. It's so cool. I just love how, like, different this is. And it starts again quite soon. So, for actually passing the signal across, we have this circuit here, which basically just snakes the signal through here into a torch that you can't see, into this block, into a torch, into this, and so on and so forth. This entire circuit, by the way, is completely redone from the Java versions, and this clock is a modified version of the one I saw in the Structureless Superflat archive, so thanks to everybody that helped with that. But yeah, this is a complete redesign from that version. I'm not going to say it's mine, I'm just pointing that out, that I did make this. With that being said, that is pretty much everything I have for you. It's worth mentioning, this is not the video I was going to post. I've been working on split portal based transportation for Hyven because piston bolts are lame and teleporting thousands of blocks in an instant seems fun. So look forward to that. It might not even be the next video. I'm sort of sick of delaying videos that I want to make simply because I want to post something cool. So yeah, expect some of these more like interesting videos. It's also worth mentioning, you can download this. There is a world download for this. I am struggling to speak today, my word. Yes, there is a download for this. That link will be in the description, and I'll see you there. Bye bye.